Hello fellow compatriots and welcome to another review. Today we are taking a look at a LEGO Technic Throwbots review, slash Slizers review. Yes, we're ditching the CCBS completely. You know, we're getting rid of it. None of that CCBS. We're gonna go full on retro. This is a retro creation that I've made, completely retro in its design and so forth, while still having full posability. Now, I gave this figure a big overhaul. We're taking a look of course, Turbo or City, depending, you know. But yes. I'm very pleased with this figure. It is very, very different. I've increased the posability, and it looks just like the original set. Well, with some minor tweaks to it, just to make it look a little cooler and more retro. So, without further ado, let's get straight into this very retro-like-esque feel of a review. So, let's get right to it, fellow compatriots. To the review! Ladies and gentlemen, I introduced you all Turbo or City, if you grew up with them being called Slizers and not Throwbots. But for this review, I'm just gonna call him Turbo because I kind of like the name. And yes, it looks a lot like the original toy. Of course, we can have some comparisons. This is a Millennium instruction manual, but if you look in the back here, you see Turbo right of City or Turbo, depending where you go to. But he has the arm. Yes, the arm is the green, but in here I have the gray. Don't judge me. But it has the wheels, the thing on the top. I mean, it's all there except for the gears. You know, I had to ditch the gears, sadly. We couldn't go all retro with it. Now, of course, I was able to go on Bricklink and find a few of these discs. So, we got this disc over here. It's only power 2. We got a power 3 disc over here. I got 2 of the same disc. Don't judge me. But yeah. So, you can literally just go make it rain, make it rain, make it rain if you still want to, because this figure is amazing. And speaking about amazing, let's get right into it. So, for posability for this car, the head rotates, so can look down this far, can look up only this far, but it can look up more, but we'll get into that later because I don't want to activate anything. The arms are on ball joints over here, so they can go down roughly about this far. Actually, they can go, no, only about this far. They can go up this far, and since they're designed in a certain way, you can have it in the forward like this, maybe pointing a little bit down, so he can look cute and adorable. And he looks cute and adorable. I honestly am very much happy with it because he looks adorable. And of course, you can have him slope down and be like room. And also, of course, there are some features in this figure. Of course, you can have cannons that flip out. He has cannons that flip out. So you can go like pew pew with this guy. You know, and as you can see, there's no CCBS in this. It's all Technic. And in the back over here, let's flip these back. These act as like thrusters. There's a thrust over here. This is part of the engine with the gear and the belt over here. I couldn't do that much with the belt, sadly, because it's connecting to the exhaust pipe, which is not correct whatsoever. But for the sake of the function, it has to be that way. And if you couldn't guess already, yes. It's a bioformer. It transforms by itself. Yes, I made a figure that looks exactly like the original toy that can, in fact, transform by itself, which is nice. Oh gosh, no, don't transform. The neck is the button to activate the transformation. But anyways, of course, you got the throwing arm here. It's on a ball joint, and you can lock it in a multitude of positions if you so wanted to. I mean, you can have it in an array of ways. Of course, there's a rubber band over here, so you can have flicking going on that way. And yes, you can angle the wheels, and we can go ahead and go straight to the battleground so that I can show you all the functions that it can do. Alright, and welcome to the battleground. We got Kimu here in the distance.
Hey guys, how's it going? You do realize that the video quality is still bad, if you haven't noticed already.
Be quiet, Akimu, be quiet.
You do realize you always keep saying the same thing, and why am I slightly out of shot? Can you move me? Thank you. Just don't grab me by the head again. It was very dispolite.
Well, be quiet.
Well, he looks adorable.
Yes, I know. Isn't he adorable, Akimu?
No, I'm gonna be saying it. I mean, it's under my copyright claim now.
What copyright claim? There's no... never mind. Anyways, let's go to the functions. Of course, he gets the throwing arm function, so might as well showcase that. It's obviously better than... I mean, you can't beat the originals when it comes to stuff like this.
Oh, really? How original are we talking?
Very original.
Wow, you can't even shoot the originals. That is pitiful.
Be quiet, I can.
No, you can't. Look at that. Look at that. You can't even throw it. Oh my gosh, he threw a disc.
And I got two more where that came from.
Well, you actually know how to throw, Tributron. That's a first. No, never mind. You ruined my expectations. And people can't see anything, by the way.
Okay, fine.
Well, you missed again. And you fired, and you missed again, and you fire, and then you miss again, and then you... Ow, my crotch. That actually was a little bit painful. Don't do that again, Tributron. Just don't.
Well, I mean... There's more to the figure.
Oh gosh, there's more? You gotta be kidding me.
Yes, there is more. So, let's go straight to the... There's no other play features besides the transformation, so we can go ahead and leave the battleground.
Yes, please do.
Alright, so let's cut straight to it. Alright, fellow compatriots, let's go straight to transformation. Now, the transformation is very simple. All thing you really have to do is move the head. Now, there is a joint up over here, but there's another joint in here that activates the whole function. Now, if we activate it by just giving this, grabbing it at the base of the neck and giving it a little wiggle, and where you grab is right over here, in this section over here. So only thing you have to do is just give it a little wiggle, and it transforms. And you're probably wondering, whoa, what it turned into. So you extend the legs, you flip these back, and I had to regret it by saying this, you grab the feet. And yes, you can keep the feet on during transformation. You don't have to have the feet off. But I mean, there was no way for me to actually integrate the feet in and the natural stance, so it has to be an add-on. I am sorry. But not all bioforming with automatic transformations, or any transformation for that matter, can go perfectly. Sometimes there needs to be some parts forming. And let's get this guy standing, since he does have small feet after all. I mean, I designed him after a raptor. The least you can do is, like, actually stand. Maybe. Okay, there we go. So, if you couldn't tell, it's a raptor. I designed it into a raptor with wings. Now, of course, this was originally going to be an ostrich. He was supposed to be the original plan for him was to be an ostrich, but since he has the tail, you know, I just couldn't pass it up and go like, yeah, let's just slapped the name Raptor on it, even though he has wings, but you know, it still looks cool. It's a very sci-fi like creature and stuff like that. Very fun to pose. And now, of course, is it a brick this time, or can it actually move? And without further ado, let's go ahead and do a 360 view of this figure first, so you can see. So in the front here, let me move my fat chunky hands out of the way. You got the wheels over here acting as thighs and over a build. It slopes down, the mechanical detailing. There's some more mechanics over here. Oh, I forgot to show you. Part of the vehicle mode actually had tail lights. There are tail lights on this build. I forgot to mention that. There are tail lights on this build, but yeah, there's tail lights in this build. Forgot to mention that. I'm sorry about that, guys. Also, you got the tail here. It's very long, and it got now just one thruster in the back. And yeah. So let's go straight to posability. Now, of course, there's a joint over here that you can bend to your liking. The feet, they're on a swivel here. I'm sorry for that meme. I couldn't handle myself. Back this far, forward this far. We've got tilt, as you can see right over here. Very slight though. It's not that much tilt. On the knees, which are basically the guns. They can go forward about this far, so you can have him like sitting in an ostrich pose. You know, he can be sitting down. You know, he can sit down if you still want to. You know, perch, do whatever you want, or you can break his legs. That's an option. But yeah, now he can go in walking poses. So if you have everything set in a certain way, so as you can see, the more farther back the rubber bands flex. So, and I did this before. It's not like I didn't do it before, but I did do this before, and it actually worked. I was surprised by it. But the problem with this figure is the balance aspect. You know, you can't really put it in that many poses, sadly, because it's hard to balance. But yeah, sorry, I can't prove it on camera. But yeah. Now the tail, it can waggle. It has a lot of waggle, flippy floppy. The wings are exactly the same as the arms, except now they can go down a little bit now. They can actually go farther back, like about that far back. And the head, full 360. It can look down that far. It can look up about that far up now. Now that the switch is in the way. And of course, if you want this figure to transform back, one thing I had to do is pop the feet off, and yes, the blue axles stay for some reason. I don't know why. But, you know, this figure isn't fragile. He may look fragile, but he actually isn't. So, to go ahead and prove that, I'm just going to go ahead and give him a little toss. And he's still intact, as you can see. Now to transform it back, only thing I had to do is flip these forward and fold the legs in. They will become the cannons. And then what you do next is you flip this leg up first and hold it in place. Flip the tail. The tail will lock that leg in. So, and then you will flip this leg up. Now you had to hold that into place, and then you had to orient the arm in this manner. Make sure the switch is fully extended out, and then squeeze. and sometimes your mileage may vary with these kinds of, with this figure. It may vary. Sometimes it has difficulty connecting, but there you go. Everything transformed, and of course, while you're still squeezing the body, go ahead, lock it in place. And then there you go. You got yourself your own very little turbo. And it's an easy transformation. Now, of course, let's go ahead and do some size comparisons, because I know you're all curious to see how tall it is. So, here it is with Uniter Tahu, combined with a Kier. So, yeah, a very small figure. Now, of course, we can go ahead and show you how big he is compared with a Kier, because he is a small little guy that becomes big. So, here he is with a Kier. You know, two cute little guys, very adorable. But yeah, there's that. And of course, because I did a let's build of this figure, I'm pretty sure a lot of people start building him. So here he is with Correct, the Gen 3 Correct that I made. And also, in case if you built this figure already, from my how-to, here he is compared to this figure. Now, because I know people have a figure roughly about this size, so I'm going to use it as comparison for the transformation. And of course, we're going to toss in Pohatu here. So, here he is right next to Pohatu. He's very small. And let's go ahead and transform him so you guys can get a size comparison of it. Wow, everything was a little tight there. There we go. There we go. And he grew. He grows in size when he transforms. He's actually can transform very compactly. And can stretch himself out pretty nicely in vehicle mode, but he grows in size. He is massive now. Like, seriously, he's huge. He's literally huge. And just to get an idea how big he just got now, look at Tahu. He's the same, roughly almost the same size as Tahu. Now, from your perspective, it seems like they're at the same height, but actually, Uniter Tahu is slightly taller, just by a few centimeters. I would say like roughly about 1.5 centimeters taller, but only by a small margin. But yeah, now of course let me go ahead and compare this figure with all the other Throwbots that I have made, because I'm curious, because I know you guys really want to see that. Okay. Whew. So here he is with the rest of the bots that I made. Here's Granite with his throwing arm that I made. Let me go ahead and adjust this throwing arm because, yeah, reasons. There we go. There's Granite. Let's try to get them all in shot here. He's a good guy, he's a bad guy. And here's another bad guy. I'm starting to make some more good guys. But yep, there he is with them all together. Oh, and the most important thing. We cannot forget the most important thing. The most special comparison that you can possibly do and that is my fellow compatriots. Let's move them aside and do a comparison with Good Guy, because everybody loves Good Guy now, doesn't he? But what you didn't know was he has a brother. You're probably wondering, why did you make two good guys? Why Tribute Tribe? Why? Because you can have one good guy riding said turbo in victory, while the other one is the flagger. Because why not, right? Why not? Dare I say why not? Isn't it better this way? Isn't it? Isn't it better? Isn't it honestly better this way? Anyways, fellow compatriots, that's about it for this video. So I hope you all enjoyed, and of course, take it away, myself. Hello, fellow compatriots, and welcome to the end of the video. And if you want to follow me in any social media, be sure to go to the links in the description down below. And of course, if you want to watch videos a week early in advance, be sure to go to Patreon. Videos will be up a week early in advance. So I highly suggest you go check those out. But yeah, that's about it for this video. I hope you all did enjoy. And yes, I might make some more if you guys actually like the retro design. Because I'm very happy with how it turned out. It feels like as if I'm living back in the year of 2000, in the early 2000s. Just looking at the figure that I made, you know, and how it feels and how it plays, it's very nice. You know, if you guys want to know a how-to or anything like that, just pop down in the comments down below and let me know. Anyways, yes. So be sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and I will see you all later. Bye guys.